we've already seen the PS1-ized version of Sunsoft's Chowakse Sen blah blah Blaster Master. That was a known quantity. We actually got that one in the States, even if the plot was altered into chasing a frog down a hole like some kind of hyper-masculine Alice in Wonderland with tanks. Ripple Island, on the other hand, got no such treatment. It's a first-person adventure game, as you might recognize from such titles as Shadowgate, Deja Vu, any number of Japanese detective games like the Portopia serial murder case, and of course, Princess Tomato in the Salad Kingdom. Ripple Island isn't a homicide investigation, though. It's, a game where you have to get a map decoded by a raccoon. You've been warned. So, as intrepid adventurer Kyle, you're aiming to rescue the Princess of Ripple Island because, well, it's a game from the late 80s and you really didn't get much more motivation than that. Ripple Island is special, though, because the animals are rather talkative and kind of fill in the gaps where normal human NPCs would have seemed a bit too boring. After giving a strawberry to a nurse or a little sister or something and walking north of the city, because that makes perfect sense, you're aided by a girl named Cal, who really doesn't do a damn thing for you aside from keeping you company and making you rethink the fact that you're probably going to marry this princess once you've rescued her from the giant frog beast what's keeping her captive. A bit melodramatic to be sure, but as you can see from this promotional documentation, the giant frog beast is not messing around. That's King Gero Gero, peasant, and you best remember that. Else, this ferret's gonna mess you up. Adventure games are already a pain to record, let alone games in Japanese, because I don't feel like translating all of this dialogue and retitling the entire thing, and that's really most of the game. Point is, you'll be engaging in strange, abstract activities like collecting fruits and flowers, which will manage to shock that ferret into a catatonic stasis so you can safely pass and go break bread with the king. Or you spend a piece of time listening to what the foxes say before you realize you already did that joke earlier this week and it didn't make any more sense then. But this is where the squirrel told me to go, damn it. This is where the squirrel told me to go. Alright, so Ripple Island might just be a hunk of 80s ephemera given life support by the fact that it was packed alongside a substance resembling Blaster Master on a 2-game compilation disc that included spiffy pieces of promotional artwork that allowed me to describe the giant frog beast to you with a visual aid. Were it not for Felicity and Worcestershire's generous donation of this full PS1 disc as opposed to breaking it in half, I would have gone my entire life without knowing the fever dream that is Ripple Island. And then I might have been the better for it, because as it stands, I sat here thoroughly confused for an hour, collecting strawberries and dealing with this girl standing on a pole for 5 inputs worth of dialogue. No serial murders, no iced tea, no Law and Order bum bum sound, nothing.